Level 1. The fall. You are strapped tightly into the commander's seat of the space shuttle, lying flat on your back, staring up at the sky through the thick glass of the cockpit window. Beneath you sits 7 million pounds of explosive thrust. The countdown hits 0. Instantly, the violent, bone-rattling vibration of the twin solid rocket boosters pins you deep into the cushions of your seat. It is a deafening, mechanical roar that rattles your teeth in your skull. You are accelerating straight up into a freezing, clear blue sky, perfectly on schedule. The G-forces are heavy on your chest, making every breath a conscious effort. You feel the immense power of human engineering pushing you toward the stars. But you don't know the terrifying truth. The engineers who built your ship are currently on the ground, watching your ascent in absolute, paralyzed terror. Overnight, the temperature on the launch pad had plummeted to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. It was far too cold for a launch. 59 seconds into your flight, a single, frozen, stiffened rubber O-ring on your right solid rocket booster completely fails. It starts as a small flicker. Then, a 5,000-degree blowtorch of superheated, pressurized gas violently slices out of the side of the rocket. This invisible blade of fire cuts directly into the massive, rust-colored external fuel tank holding thousands of gallons of volatile liquid hydrogen and oxygen. Inside the cockpit, you feel a slight, sudden lurch. The vibration changes pitch. You haven't triggered any alarms yet, but you are already dead. At exactly 72 seconds, traveling at Mach 1.92 at an altitude of 48,000 feet, the compromised external fuel tank catastrophically ruptures. The explosion vaporizes the shuttle instantly. The massive wings, the tail, the cargo bay, they are all torn to absolute shreds in a blinding, silent flash of white light. Down on Earth, mission control goes dead silent. The world watches you vanish into a sprawling, chaotic cloud of white smoke. But the explosion didn't kill you. The reinforced crew compartment built like a titanium bank vault to survive the extreme. Punishing forces of re-entry was blown completely clear of the blast. The emergency oxygen systems automatically engage, flooding your helmet with hissing, cold air. The terrifying reality violently sets in. You are completely intact. You are wide awake. You are still strapped securely to your chair in a severed metal box that has just reached the apex of a ballistic arc. You look out the window, and the sky is no longer moving up. It is moving down. You now have 2 minutes and 45 seconds of absolute, conscious freefall. The metal box spins silently as the Atlantic Ocean rushes up to meet you at 200 miles per hour. Level 2. The melt. You've survived the brutal forces of launch and made it to orbit. You unbuckle your harness and float freely in the microgravity of the space shuttle's cabin. For 16 days, you live the absolute dream. You are a hero. You conduct dozens of scientific experiments, you eat from silver pouches, and you spend your downtime floating by the window, watching the stunning, peaceful curvature of the Earth pass by in absolute silence. Every communication with mission control is upbeat. The mission is a flawless success. You pack up your gear, strap back into your seat, and prepare for the long, fiery descent back home. You have no idea that your ship is a flying coffin. 81 seconds after you launched 16 days ago, a piece of lightweight foam insulation weighing less than 2 pounds broke off the external fuel tank. It struck the leading edge of your left wing at over 1,500 miles per hour. It was a completely unnoticed, fatal blow. It punched a 6-inch hole straight through the reinforced carbon panels, designed to keep you from burning alive during re-entry. For 2 weeks, you have been living in a fatally wounded machine. Now, you are traveling at 17,000 miles per hour, dropping into the upper atmosphere. Outside your window, the blackness of space is replaced by a terrifying, brilliant pink and orange glow. The friction of the Earth's atmosphere is generating superheated plasma outside the glass. This is normal. The heat shield is supposed to take it. But the plasma finds the hole in your left wing. A stream of superheated gas, reaching temperatures of over 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, begins pouring into the internal, fragile aluminum structure of the wing. It is hotter than the melting point of the metal. Inside the cockpit, the first warning light flashes yellow, then red. Tire pressure sensors on the left landing gear fail, then the hydraulic sensors fail. You are reading the data on your screens. Your heart rate spiking as you realize the entire left side of your spacecraft is methodically shutting down, piece by piece. You grip the controls, but the ship is sluggish. The superheated plasma is acting like a blast furnace inside the wing, physically melting the internal struts and spars. You are flying at Mach 22, and your ship is literally dissolving into liquid metal around you. At 200,000 feet over Texas, the structural integrity of the wing completely surrenders. The left wing violently tears away from the fuselage. In a fraction of a second, the shuttle loses all aerodynamic stability. You are thrown violently against your harness as the spacecraft flips out of control, hitting a wall of dense atmosphere at hypersonic speed. The G-forces spike instantly to lethal levels, crushing you into the seat as the crew cabin is ripped apart by the sheer aerodynamic violence, scattering you into the upper